Hello everybody and welcome back to the Fire Emblem Path of Radiance Footlock playthrough. With all our preparations done, let's get started. Alrighty then. Getting into it. I want to be in all of your ranges, so Braum, just head up as far as you can. Keep the pointy stick equipped for the moment. And let's start moving everybody into place. In the meantime, Ike needs to rush a little bit, but that's only because our objective is C's. Shiv. There's going to be a lot of promotions, and I'm probably going to leave Boyd behind. Mostly just because I need somebody to take care of the reinforcements that come from the back here. So I'll move him up a little bit, but I won't expect him to be used a whole ton. And Reese, just sit right there. I'm actually going to save the last uses of the ward stuff for characters who actually need it. In the meantime, I do need to rush a little bit, as there is a thief who comes up in the top left, and I absolutely want to make sure that that thief dies. It's a little weird to explain, but he will steal stuff if you're not careful. Short spear on this dude, not quite enough. Okay. So Tormod, being the fast person that you are, why don't you use fire on the kill that I set up with Braum? That should do the job. Nefany, are you actually fast enough to double these guys? Yes, you are. Fairly sure I can also kill with the Steel Lance. If that's the case. That's nice. Braum with the pointy stick. Yeah, that gets it done. Really sure I can have Leth also shove Braum up a bit further, as that will definitely push him into range of these guys. Pushes him into the Armor Slayer dude's range, which I actually don't want. Good thing I double checked. Let's see. Rolf, you're actually not in a good position to do any of that, so... Rolf, who's the most needing of the EXP of the people who haven't done yet? Probably Rolf. I also gotta recruit Devdan too, while we're in the middle of recruiting characters. If I remember correctly, it's one space in front of Braum, effectively. So I believe that pushes it here. I'm gonna push it here just to be safe, as Leth using, whatchamacallit, Leth being attacked doesn't bother me that much. Ah, he has 1-2 range, that explains a lot. So what I'm gonna do with the Hark, I'm going to trade over the short spear. So that way at least he has a chance to counterattack. Nefany. Boyd, I'll move you up a little bit after I move up Reese. Nefany needs it a bit. Braum's okay on HP. So, staff, heal, Nefany. Nefany's almost at the HP threshold where I'd be comfortable leaving her in Wrath range, but it'll take some time still before I feel 100% comfortable. And I don't want to move Boyd a whole lot. Oh, right, I forgot about that. Oh, oops. Oh well. In the meantime, nice job, Leth. Yep, back to getting next to no EXP. In the meantime, Braum. How much damage can you take from Tormod? 13, eh? Dang. And from you, I could kill you. I want to set up a kill if I can, which I think I can with the longbow. Or Wolf's Bow. Yeah, Wolf's Bow would probably be easier to set up the kill. Barring any crits. That should be a kill. Braum is doing his job very well, too. Sharp Stick? Yeah, that'll get the job done. Really do have to save the pointy stick just a little bit. In the meantime, level up Braum. Please get some speed. Don't care about the magic, but thank you for the speed level up. In the meantime, this first guy wields thunder magic? Okay. Ilyana. Get shoved. Tormod. Just gonna move you right over here. And I think what I'll do is I'll have Reese move up and shove Rolf. And Z-Hark, you also shove Rolf forward. Less, up and over here. Ike, move. Shove Reese a little tiny bit forward, and Volk over here. This chapter is very complicated. Not going to lie. Meanwhile, Rolf, nicely done. A lot of Tormod's utility in this chapter actually comes from mostly ability to engage other, not engage other mages, but engage with other physical classes, particularly the knights. Tormod's also a bit more physically tanky than some other classes. Z-Hark, up here, Rolf, you get up here as well. Ilyana. Reese, shove Ilyana. Volk up here. Yeah, wait. Ilyana's extraordinarily far behind in terms of EXP. Well, not extraordinarily far behind, but she's definitely not as close as I wish she was. Anywho. Oh. It must be at the end of this turn the thief shows up right over here. Tormod. It'd be real nice if I could kill without needing stuff. But for now, I'm just going to use normal fire, as that should make it easier for you to avoid when the time comes. And I'm going to try to make sure Ilyana is as far ahead as possible. Specifically, because I would like to make sure, that she gets up and is able to start attacking some of these dudes in particular. Very nicely done with the Tormod move. Meanwhile, 1 point short, damn. Volk with a knife should, yeah. That's how I'll go about that. And then I can move Braum up here which will be useful. And then Z-Hark can stand right here beside Ilyana, which will help her out. Reese can heal up Volk. Yeah. Heal Volk. And I'm going to bring Leth over, as probably in the following turn cycle. It's alright, Reese. But it's kind of closer to what I expected you would do. I gave you the Soldier Band. It's mostly there for the HP benefits. Yeah. Don't want to shove the Hark in right now. Rolf, stand back. And yeah. I might move Boyd forward and then start moving people back, but that's basically who I think it needs it. And that's going to be how I decided that. Meanwhile, Ilyana, ouch, just a little bit. And yep, crit, or rather kill, as she gets ready to do her thing. There's the thief. Turn 6 is when he spawns. Alright. I also got to be aware of Devdan's range. Is Leth slow enough I can get away without doubling him? Not quite. Okay. Well. Well, let's see. Because what I really want to do is I want to be able to get some kills with Tormod, but he is not treating me kindly in that regard. I'm gonna wait a turn before I open up the door over here. This chapter is probably gonna lose a bit of bonus experience just because I need Volk to go to a couple of different places. Meanwhile, if I move in close, Tormod doesn't get doubled, thankfully, but still a bit worrisome. Yeah, I'll use the Wolf's Bow on this dude, just to help out. Ike? Are you weak enough I can reasonably... Slim Sword, maybe? Yeah. One of the only times I'm actually going to be thankful for the Slim Sword. Even though it's utterly useless otherwise. Or pretty much. Reese does the same amount of damage as Elfire, so I'll leave it at that. In the meantime, with Rolf moved, now I can move Reese up to heal. So that's good. Meanwhile, I think I'm willing to let Z-Hark take some extra magic brunt. Thunder, Whip, Z-Hark, just to try and move the other enemies away. Armor Slayer. That and in case they go after him. Oh, I could have had Nephany in there. Oops. Javelin. And I'll leave it at that. Leth, get down here. And Volk, be prepared to lock this door. Or unlock the door, I should say. Void up here. Meanwhile, Sniper Dude. Just targeting Z-Hark. And this one is going to be a bit ow. And that should allow me to set up a kill for whoever needs it. Meanwhile, Tormod. Ouch. I really hope I can get into Devdan's range soon, too. That's the other thing I'm really hoping for. I also really gotta get into that guy's range. I actually might just let the other guys come towards me. I gotta make sure that whoever I put in there is healthy. But first, let's deal with this side. Which would be Ilyana thundering this dude. Seems how nice he is being. Hark with the killing edge. Yeah, I'll take my chance. And I'll just pray that I get a crit or adept. Neither of which happened. Yay. Does set up Wolf for the Wolf's bow kill though. Which is nice. Wolf, level 19. Kind of crummy. Oh well. Beggars can't be choosers right now. In the meantime, probably Steel Sword up to the top for Yuzi Hark. And I'll use the Steel Lance on this dude. So this is how Nephany is being the absolute speed demon that she usually is. Now Tormod, I want to be very careful with you. Less over here, and this is where I equip the Demi Band. I have to watch the transformation, but it does work, thankfully, for the purposes that I need it to. See, Hark needs the HP, but so does Tormod. So because the Hark's a bit closer to death, and we're surrounded by more enemies. Whereas I think Tormod, if I move him here, only has to tank one. So I'm just going to use a Vulnerary. That should keep him alive. For how fast he is, Tormod certainly has a bit to work on. I don't think Tormod will promote until we're in the middle of Chapter 17, Day Breaks. If I'm being honest. What weapon is he holding? Killer Lance, and yeah, okay. Braum just shoved back Volk. That's all there is to it. Keep that short spear equipped, and we'll go from there. Ike, just get back in the lineup. In the meantime, we're gonna recruit Devdan here shortly. And I hope that I can keep getting level ups on Braum in particular. And Zihark, you're doing your job very well. Also, if Nephany gets into Wrath range, that would also be useful. In the meantime, don't think Braum's going to be able to one-shot this dude. These guys tend to be fast enough that it's a bit hard. Luckily for me, wow, enemies are doing exactly what I want them to. And yeah, I'll recruit Devdan here shortly, but first, before I do that, I was curious. Yeah, still enough to kill. Dang. Oh well. Zihark can reach. Yeah. Zihark. Now, talk. Devdan. Meanwhile, Devdan does not like fighting children, so we're gonna get some benefit out of that. In the meantime, fire on this dude. And that brings him ever closer to a level up. Good job, Tormod. Oof. Not too happy that's just skill. Then again, beggars really can't be choosers. Also, kind of happy I gave Leth the the boots now. I was thinking that there's going to be more promotions in this part, but I guess not. In the meantime, Devdan. Since I haven't gone over him yet. He's kind of weird if you're to look at him compared to Nephany. He tends to be stronger and a bit more on the defensive sides, considering that he has both pretty good res and a not too terrible defense stat base. But his biggest drawback is, as you saw, that he is super slow compared to some other units. He has nothing equipped, so all I have to do is prevent him from getting another treasure chest and I'll be okay. Whoever kills the boss is also getting a nice chunk of EXP. Pointy stick. Yep. Not surprised. Oh well. I'm gonna use that just because it'll make killing the other dude faster. As well. Ouch. That is Braum being a tank. So bulky. Is it better? Maybe Elf Thunder? I'll give it a shot. We'll see. I'm just praying for a crit, basically, with the Elf Thunder. If not, I think Wolf, being the guy that he is gonna end up doing that. I want to get Ilyana promoted in this chapter for sure, even if it means having her kill the boss. Largely because I want to make absolutely sure. I'm not worried about you using your heavy spear. You could burn through uses of it. In the meantime, I am gonna actually push Boyd all the way up there. Nephany, Steel Lance. It's a little inaccurate. Then again, Killer Lance isn't much better right now, so Halberd for the time being. Youch, but that puts her into Wrath range. Level up Nephany. Maybe she'll end up with a good level up. Nope. This is the chapter of bad level ups for all my units. Meanwhile, Volk. Actually, do any of you have chest keys? You drop a chest key. I'm gonna move Reese back, if that's the case. Physic. I don't think I need to use the Physic on Nephany. I think the only person who needs it is gonna be Braum. And what I'll do is, next chapter, I'm actually gonna trade, or next turn I should say, I'll trade the chest key off of Reese, and I'll trade it into, or trade it off Braum and trade it into Reese. In the meantime, Volk, since I know how you work, go down there. And in the meantime, Ike, shove Volk. Also, yes, 2 damage. Very nicely done, Ilyana. Yeah, I didn't think it would kill unless it got a crit. Like that. Very nicely done. Another crit? Yep. Luckily that Killer Lance isn't obtainable, otherwise I'd be quite upset. Level up Braum. I'm making up for some lost ground in the early parts. Okay. To be fair, those stats do need to go up at some point. I just kind of wish that they weren't going up right now, as I'd like to see Braum's speed be higher. But that is me being a bit picky. The bolting tome. I absolutely want bolting. Having that style of ranged magic is going to be useful. As long as I can use it. Meanwhile, I need absolutely to take care of a different dude in a moment. Tormod, get up here. Fire. Devdan. Oh shoot, you're not strong enough. Hark. Can I trade? Oh crap, Zahark's already one space out of her range. Ike. Shove. Trade into you. Steal the Killer Lance. I'm going to pray for a crit. Because I want that bolting tome. Really don't want to miss out on it. Killer Lance. Wait. Oh, with the Killer Lance, Devdan's not weighed down enough. Awesome. That's great news to see. That heavy spear must be actually very heavy, true to its name. Meanwhile, Leth, please kill. You don't kill in one shot. Dang it. I thought you would kill. Oh well. Sucks to be me. Meanwhile, I think... bit of spice, maybe? Not sure. All I know is use the sharp stick on Braum. And Reese up and over. And take this chest key. Staff, heal, might as well. After all experience is good experience. Sorry for the cut there, had a little bit of an issue come up. Otherwise, I think I just lost the bolting tome. Which is a bit of a bummer, but I'll live. Because you can only reclaim one of the stolen items in this game. Which is a bit of a PO. Instead, I will get that physics staff. Unless it defaults to bolting, in which case I lost the physics staff instead. In the meantime, Zahark, being the true man that he is. Ouch, Tormod. But that should kill. Which is the good news. Yeah, I lost the physics staff. Luckily I got the one in the desert, so I'm not that worried. Tormod can actually reach. That's nice. Nephany with the halberd. Take care of this dude. I was about to say, it doesn't matter a Thrath. Good lord. I need to be careful with the cuts. Apologies about that. Well, I'll move left back a bit. And you will die to Tormod. You will hand Tormod the bolting tome and then immediately shove it in the convoy. Level up Tormod. Okay. I wish your other stats would go up too. Bolting, send to the convoy. Meanwhile, Volk. Door. I may have been able to break it faster with Boyd, but we'll see. In the meantime, do I go all in? Nah. Because I know Ilyana doesn't need all the XP. I'm gonna have Rolf just pick up the kill on this dude. And that'll be it. Ilyana, since I need you to promote absolutely, I am gonna wait and just equip the L Thunder instead, as that should do enough damage that I don't have to worry. Currency is a little more likely to hit than I would like, but with that said, it's not much I can do about it. In the meantime, Rom, I'm going to have you and your tanky body move back to meet these soldiers. As I think you're the best equipped to deal with that. Meanwhile, no one has the honor to walk away. Ouch, Ilyana. Meanwhile, let's see, crit or no crit? Oh, I forgot to move Reese and pick up trust items too, with him. But not that it matters a ton. In the meantime, Rom is fast enough to double some of these soldiers, all of them? Probably most, if not all of them. Those guys are way down by their steel lances, okay. So you're at 9 speed effectively. I think Rom's fast enough to double everybody. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is equip the sharp stick, and we'll go from there. Rom, you're definitely getting a workout today. It helps shave off some of that fat that Boyd was talking about. Chest number 1 from Reese. Silver Lance to the convoy. At least glad I didn't lose that. Chest number 1. Full guard. The full guard, actually useless in this playthrough. Let me explain. The full guard is normally an item that prevents you from characters from taking bonus damage. However, as we've seen, any of the characters who actually do take bonus damage are Lagoose or Braum. Braum wants the Night Ward for the time being, or we're equipping bands for the most part. So there's not really a good reason to keep it on regularly. Or at all times for the right now. Thunder is enough to kill, and your magic rate is perfectly fine. So Ilyana, Thunder, and we're done with the boss. So we're going to get a spear and class change Ilyana. Meanwhile, Ilyana gain some much needed speed, not so much needed strength, and definitely some magic. Now, whenever you promote with any mage, you get the option between knives and staves. Always choose staves, as that allows them to also do the job of healing. I'm gonna have Ilyana heal up Rolf next turn. This is a bit of a dummy with Ike. And we're basically in cleanup mode right now. I think I'm gonna have Z-Hark. Actually, I'll probably have Nephany kill this dude right here. So, that's how I feel about that. In the meantime, Braum, continue to be the absolute tank and get your workout in. Oh, not quite fast enough to double. I stand corrected. I don't want to kill all the soldiers, but at the same time, I don't think I'm going to be able, or it's really worth it to hold off too long. I think I'll probably just end the chapter here, and I'll rely on Braum getting levels up in the next couple of chapters. Plus I can bonus experience him to the next level at the very least. The Ashera icon, so luck booster. And lastly, we have the Draca Shield, which is our defense booster, as you may remember from way back whenever I boosted Z-Hark's defense. Steel Lance, it'll get the job done. Or I thought it would. I was hoping to get a one shot with Wrath boosted crits. Ilyana, take a moment to heal up Rolf, start training up that staff rank. And Ike, let's seize this chapter and be done with it. Meanwhile, Oliver is Still calling him filthy fat man. Indeed. Meanwhile, Ike and the others are about to break through. But it seems that he's going to escape before that happens. And with that, it seems we're about to rescue Racing. And this is also a point of interest too. Manial Cathedral. Looks like we've returned from the job, but what was he about to say? Where's the Apostle, eh? And Ike is just going to go speak with her right away. This is unusual. In the garden? Great. Or it could cause problems? I will not. Meanwhile. And Sigrun, a little bit unhappy with the discourteous fashion, but this is something that actually does need to be addressed. Something in the Serenus Forest happened, and something terrible from 20 years ago. But this is kind of well known through Benyon, but not so much the rest of the world. A noble, no less. One of them still lives. Meanwhile, Sanaki needs to tell Ike some things. How to impart this tale. Meanwhile, Nasir is about to say what's commonly accepted knowledge. If you know something, I would hear it. When you're done, the Apostle can clarify, which I think is a good way to have it done. I assume that there's a head shake there, but because this is all stills, I assume that whenever she said, there. But let's begin with our story. This is actually important, considering Misaha was actually about to reveal a big secret. But she was assassinated. But for what reason is kind of unclear. But it was blamed on the Serenus Herons anyways. Even though that they knew that they couldn't fight, but somebody had to be blamed. So it happened to be the Herons, which was quite the sad story. In reality, it was actually the senators in Benyon's Senate. Granted, the accusation was completely false. Meanwhile, everybody was just mad. So, they threw away their dignity and burned the forests in rage and despair. How sad. Meanwhile, Valencia is speaking the truth. Meanwhile, the Finesses only target Benyon ships with their piracy, whereas Kelvis goes after the cargo. Meanwhile, the Herons are brethren, and still remember the false accusation and the brutal murder, which is a good way to put it. He looked from the window as he spoke to me. Remember the genocide. 20 years have passed, but I will never forget what you did. That is a good way to put it. It may sound like utter hypocrisy, but my people do deeply regret their actions for their horrific night. Or of that horrific night. Meanwhile, she is honorable, whereas the senators would rather it be buried and not remembered. Then again, the senators seem like they would rule Benyon if the Apostle wasn't there with an iron fist. So, not sure how much I should look into that. Meanwhile, she wants to meet with the Heron clan, and she wants to speak with him. And Oliver needs to be stopped anyways, so can't let him slip. The Apostle's counting on us, which is a rather unique change of pace. Actually managed to get away with most of the bonus experience. I'm actually kind of happy. Thank you for watching, everybody. Please hit the like, comment, and subscribe buttons, as well as hit the notification bell to stay up to date. I'll see you in the next part.